Okay, hello and welcome to the Gold Digger page. What I want to do in this video is just explain exactly how Gold Digger works and just give you a quick demonstration. So the basic idea of Gold Digger is that you can enter up to 20 Facebook fan pages within your niche, within your sort of target market. So if you're selling, let's say for example, a WordPress theme, then you want to find fan pages that are based around that theme. So fan pages for other WordPress themes, WordPress plugins, maybe WordPress itself, that kind of thing. And in terms of the fan pages that you enter, just to give you some sort of general guidelines, the ideal fan page that we're looking for is one that's targeted, firstly, and most obviously, to the product that we want to sell. We also want a page that's got a lot of likes, really the more likes the better. But thirdly, we also want people to be engaged with that page and to make comments, because the way that Gold Digger works is it looks at the comments that have been made under posts on these fan pages, and it extracts people who've commented recently. And in particular, the best type of lead that it extracts are people who've used particular keywords that you flagged as relevant to your niche or product. So if we were selling, for example, our WordPress theme, then we'd want people who were posting words like theme, plugin, and ideally people who are even using phrases such as bought plugin or purchase theme or things like that, and those would of course be the very best, most targeted leads. And then what we do then at that point is we extract that audience and we upload it back into Facebook ads via the custom audience feature, and it gives us a very, very targeted list, a very targeted audience that we can then target and monetize using Facebook. So I've already loaded up such a kind of example here. So this is, the Gold Digger layout. Obviously, you're not an admin, so you won't see this, but everything else will be the same. And to get it started, all you do is you click New Digger, and that will load up a brand new page like this. If you ever want to go back and see any of the old campaigns, the old sort of Digger campaigns that you've done, just click on the dashboard button. We can name our Digger session. By default, it's just the date and the time, but we can click on it and rename it to WordPress themes or whatever it is we want to call it. And then we've kind of got all these different fields that we fill out before we search, and I'll walk through these now. So the first one is the time scale, and we can search back anywhere from between 1 all the way down to, it goes down to 90 days basically. And essentially what that means is anyone who's commented within the last, up to 90 days, their sort of post will be extracted. Now I know there are other tools that do similar things that extract everyone, but the problem with that is, if someone posted on a comment 3 years ago, then are they a recent buyer? Are they still interested in the niche, or are we going to be wasting money by trying to advertise to them? And obviously the more recent the better, but also the more recent the fewer people there will be. So unless it's a very, very big fan page, I suggest going down to 90 days. Next, we've got our keywords, and again, just to sort of remind you, the way it works is it extracts people who've posted and commented on a specific page using sort of particular keywords, and by default we include keywords. I think there's about 20 here: buy, bought, buyer, member, visa. Essentially we're looking for buyers, but you can see here I've also put in 2 additional words: theme and plugin, just because it's it's basically the WordPress niche, and you could quite easily extend this. So for example, if you wanted to, if you had a competitor that was called, let's just make a name up, called Super Theme, you might, also put that in, and you separate words using commas basically. You can also exclude keywords. Most obviously, we exclude any links, and the reason for that is because a lot of the people posting links, are essentially spamming, and obviously there's no point in us trying to advertise to someone who's just basically spamming on a page. We want buyers, not other marketers who are marketing aggressively on Facebook. But you can also exclude people who use words like refund or cancel, or again, if you wanted to exclude people based on other phrases that relate to your niche, then this is where you would enter them. And then sort of the main section is over here, which is page names, and this is where you enter the name of all the Facebook fan pages that you want to extract from. You can enter up to 20 at any one time, separate them 1 per line, as you can see. It'll also take numbers, so if a fan page has got a number ID associated with it, then you can put that in as well. And once we've filled all that information out, the next thing we do is we click Find Pages, and after a few seconds, and by the way, this interface probably looks a little squashed, but it's just because it's on a smaller resolution, so I can show you everything easily. But what we do then is we click Find Pages, and it will look for all of these pages. But the other thing that it will do is it will basically find any hidden pages that use these particular words. And in particular, you'll see with some of the bigger brands and some of the bigger fan pages, they don't just have one fan page. So it's not just Microsoft, for example. It's Microsoft, Microsoft USA, Microsoft software developer. It's all kinds of variations of that originating fan page. And these are called children and parent fan pages. And consequently, when you put in some of these fan pages, you'll actually get more than what you originally enter, which can be quite cool. And then what you'll do is you'll basically just scroll through the list and just look at the number of fans each page has got. You can also click on this info button for kind of an overview of of the particular fan page. And if you see a page that you don't like, then just click the X button and it will be removed. Then what we do is we click on the Load Posts from All the Pages button and wait a few moments. Typically it can take anywhere from 10 seconds up to the most I've sort of seen is about 5 or 10 minutes for really, really big fan pages with thousands of posts. And then what happens is two things change. The first thing is the numbers over here change, and the second thing is that we get comments down here basically. So let's just look at the comments first. You can see from all of these pages in the last 90 days there are 703 posts and comments in total, of which 482, there's 482 users making 703 posts and comments. You can see that there's like 1.3 posts for each individual user or something like that. And you can actually, the cool thing about GoalDigger is you can actually see the posts here, the comments rather, you can actually see them. So you've kind of got the bulk options over here of just extracting everyone who's commented within that timescale on those fan pages, or you can automatically extract the people who've commented using those words that you've entered up here. You can see there's 196 who use the words from 482. Or what you can do is you can go through that entire list of 482 and you can basically extract them and review them one by one. So you just look at each individual comment, and as you can see the words that we've selected are usefully highlighted in yellow, and we can just look at the word, and if we like it then we click Add, and you can see that the user ID appears up here, and if we don't like it we can click Skip. And the great thing about this is it is slightly time consuming, but of course you can easily outsource it to a virtual assistant, for example. But the great thing about this is, aside from just the words which that we've entered, which are a very quick, useful way to find good people, we can also look at the comments and see from the comment whether this is the kind of person we would want to advertise to. So if we see someone coming in and saying something like this: "Dear team, I'm getting an issue with a theme I purchased." Well, I mean, this is a buyer, this is someone that's purchased very, very recently basically. And by the way, this is the date of the post, in case you're wondering why this isn't, this is more than 90 days ago. This is the date of the actual post, so their comment is obviously going to be more recent than that, and you can see it was on this particular fan page here. But you can see this is a recent buyer. This is a very, very good person that we'd want to target. So in this case I'll click Add. And the cool thing as well about this, I've said before that we put a lot of time into making sure that it was a very fun, easy to use, nice looking, clean and intuitive interface. All you have to do is sort of sit your mouse key over here and the post will slide up and down, so you don't really need to do a huge amount of movement just to sort of quickly scan through the comment. Is this a good buyer? Okay, yeah, he bought it. What about this guy? Oh no, he's complaining. What about? And you can just quickly sort of scan through and very, very easily just sort of decide who the people are that you want to target. And you can see I've got 9 user IDs there very quickly, and I've skipped 5 basically. So again, if we wanted to, we could click through onto the user's profile here and actually look at the user and sort of check them out if we wanted to. It's kind of overkill, you don't really need to do that, and generally the profile isn't going to give you a lot of information anyway, but it's just kind of useful to have, I guess. We've got the date of the originating post that they commented on, and we've also got the link back to the particular fan page that it came from. And as I say, we can just go through and skip and add. Those users that we manually skip and add will appear over here, and also we've got the all the user IDs here, that came from these particular keywords that were highlighted, and then we have the total user IDs. So we've got 3 different audiences there that we can input back into Facebook and test with. So that pretty much covers it. One final point as well before I finish up. The actual final sort of guides, are going to be a lot more detailed than this. There's I think about a 30 or 40 page PDF that goes into the background to all of this and explains how to find fan pages, what kind of keywords you want to enter dependent on what the product that you're looking to sell, and there's a whole range of other things like that that we sort of go in on and focus on, and of course there's training videos just like this, but there's a whole number of them. So everything from sort of the basics of Facebook advertising all the way up to sort of the Jedi advanced stuff, and of course the focus on how to use Goal Digger, it's all included here. So it's a really phenomenal product with a huge amount of supporting information, and of course great world-class support in the back as well. So thanks for watching this demonstration. I hope you have fun using the Goal Digger software. It really is something special, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.